Namaste, beautiful friends. This is Elle with Sacred Union Spiritual Wellness, and I am happy to be back with you. I am happy you are here. We're going to talk about the astrology. I'm going to shorten these videos, so I don't want them to be too long. I'm going to try and keep them under 15 minutes because I know you're busy, but I want you to have good information on how to navigate these energies and what the astrology is bringing to you. So I wanted to do this video today. It is the full moon in Scorpio, May 12th. And the full moon in Scorpio is about breathing through the tension. Now we're going to talk about how the other aspects kind of feed into this energy, but it is intense, and it's going to be intense emotionally because Scorpio is a water sign, and we have this full moon, which brings a lot of that kind of that water energy, as the full moon has the effects on the water. You feel that gravitational pull, so it can get really intense. Full moons are intense anyway, but in the sign of Scorpio, they're deeply intense. So breathe through the tension. Just breathe through the tension. So that's this card from the Moonology deck. Now, the couple of other aspects, the moon is going to move into Uranus, and I'm sorry, the moon is going to oppose Uranus, and it's going to trine Saturn. And then Mercury is going to square Pluto. Now, Mercury is in Taurus. So what this means for you is there's going to be kind of like this feeling like you just emotionally need to deep clean. And what I'm saying is, whatever bullshit that you deal with, and you're going to be really sensitive to bullshit. Whether it's your own bullshit that you're bringing through, you're kind of like emotionally purging some stuff, and you're like, damn, I didn't even know I was still carrying that around with me. And so you're going to allow yourself to release that, but you're also going to see through the bullshit. It's almost like we have clarity through the bullshit. And I'm just saying that because I see that happening in my own life. I hear people, kind of in karmic cycles, and they keep talking and talking and talking about the karma that they're experiencing, but they're not doing anything to break out of it. So my best advice is to just kind of remain a little on the neutral side emotionally. Don't go off the emotional deep end. Don't pop off at people because they're feeding you a line of bullshit and you know it and you see it and you're clear about it. You can just say, stop. Allow yourself to let go of things that you just clearly see through. If it's not serving you, it needs to go. That's what full moons are for. But in this case, it's like you're releasing anything that you know and can identify with clarity and with certainty is bullshit. Things may go into different directions. So you may two paths diverge. And that could mean jobs, money, relationships. And then especially with the Mercury being in Taurus, it could be, things that are manifesting physically. As you're going through this emotional kind of deep cleaning, you're going to either realize that there's something there that you weren't very cognizant of, like carrying around an emotional burden like guilt, and you're like, gee, why am I still doing that? I so am over that. It's such bullshit. I'm not gonna continue to carry that. I'm done. And you may just have that epiphany like, damn, I didn't realize I was still affected by that. Good. Now that I'm realizing it, I can let it go. That's what full moons are for, and that's the process. And then you may find that there is a different aspect of something, relationship, money, job, friendships, something that you haven't considered. So you may get that point of view, almost like the hangman energy. So that's what I have for you. Let me cleanse and clear the space, and then I'll jump into the tarot and get some good advice on how best to navigate this full moon in Scorpio. All right, so I am going to put this card here because I want you to be reminded to breathe through the tension. Now, I am going to pull kind of a new spread that I have developed that works for me. So this is going to highlight kind of what aspect or what situation is going on in your life, and then what these energies, how they interact with that. So let's get started. I'm using the Light Seers Tarot. So let's get started. There's the first card. Okay, there we go. It's kind of like partnerships, alliances. Those are going to be impacted by this full moon. Somebody may just say, this is kind of that energy of the diverging. Somebody may just say, I'm out of here. You may say, I'm out of here. Oh, look at this, Three of Swords. This may be where you just can't deal with a bullshit relationship anymore. It could be a partnership at work, but I think this is more of a love relationship because of the heartbreak there. It might just be, I've had enough, I'm going to leave. You could have found out about a third party with that Three of Pentacles there. So we have the Three of Swords, Three of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. I think this Knight of Swords also is the Epiphany. There's the Three of Wands. We got a lot of threes on the table. The only thing we don't have is the Three of Cups. So it feels like the love is gone. There's the Page of Pentacles. Some immaturity here. There's an opportunity here. Depends on... Oh, and there's the Magician. Okay, so there we have some... there's that Mercury energy. And remember, Mercury is in Taurus. So this is an opportunity for you to shift from the emotional to like the tangible. You know, what can you manifest from this energy? There's Temperance card. I love that. That's kind of going to temper everything. That's Sagittarius energy. There's that neutrality. Remember I said just kind of be neutral. And I'm going to say kind of be neutral until at least Thursday. Just kind of don't go emotionally overboard. You know, let them. I don't know if you've heard the term, let them. Just let them. Just let whoever is going to do whatever, just let them. How it affects you is determined by how you react to it. And then the last card is the Two of Swords. There's that definite divergent. So let's go through some of the energies that are here. So, and then I'll just give a synopsis. All right, so with the Three of Pentacles, that is Capricornian energy. Knight of Swords is your, it's like Libra energy, and it could be a timing card. It generally reflects autumn. So it could have been a relationship that started in the fall, and you're just like, you know, too much bullshit here. Three of Swords is your Libra energy. Temperance, this is Sagittarius energy. It's about balance in relationships. It feels like to me that's the neutrality. It's like you see this person is, you find out something about this person, or you have the deep realization like, why the hell am I putting up with that shit? And you just like, I'm out of here, or maybe they leave. Just let them. And if it's you and you feel like this is, I just can't do this anymore, it's time to close the relationship. But just be neutral about it. Just say, you know, this is the most practical thing for my best and highest good. All right. Three of Wands is going to be your Aries energy. That's kind of that anger kind of bubbling up. We have the Page of Pentacles. That is going to be Capricornian energy. So we have two Capricornian energies. And the Magician, of course, is going to be, this is Mercury. It could be Virgo, could be Gemini energy. But this is, we have two cards of balance and mastery here. So you are the master of your emotional house cleaning. You are the one in charge here. You are the one to make a decision. So I feel like this is the situation that's going on right now. You're in a relationship Some of you are in a relationship that is just too wrought with bullshit that you just can't take it anymore. There's this Two of Swords energy here. This is more Libra energy. It's almost like I just need out. But with these number, we got 3, 3, and 3. You may want to look up that number and find out what that might mean for you specifically. But when I see that many threes and no Three of Cups, the love is not here. There is no love in this relationship, and there is no love lost in this relationship. I think it's time for a new beginning. It may be you just have to be on your own and maybe separate your finances. That would be something that you probably need to look into. But I feel like you have everything you need to kind of just break this off with, you know, a kind of a neutral, less affect as possible. It doesn't need to go into a high drama situation. I feel like, you know, there's just some gossip going around. Don't kowtow to the gossip. If you feel like you're going to be the center of workplace gossip, you know what? That's just part of being in a, you know, an organization. But don't listen to what other people are saying. Don't have your decisions relying on, you know, what other people think. This is about you and what's best for you. So I feel like the way that you're going to come out of this is just say, you know what? I'm going to make a fresh start. I'm going to start really focusing on my finances, my abundance. That's that energy. Venus is going to switch signs, I think, later this week. So I think that's going to give us a fresh start. And that's why I think we just need to stay neutral until Thursday. But I just feel like this is a done thing. I feel like you're either finding out, discovering, or realizing that you're in love with somebody else, or you find out, realize, or, you know, in some way it's illuminated to you that your partner is in love with somebody else, but it's not you. So either one of those scenarios, it could go back and forth because this is not a personal read. If you need a personal reading on this, you need to let me know. I can squeeze it in. Look, here's the star, bottom of the deck. That's Aquarius energy. That is with that aspect of Uranus, the moon, opposing Uranus. This is about healing, but it's not gonna this is not going to heal until after this aspect and after this full moon. But I think there's hope here. I think you're kind of going to be uplifted when you release yourself from this kind of toxic relationship. So it may sting a little bit, but like I said, you got everything you need to make it through this. And whatever they want to do, let them. Make decisions that are best for you and breathe through that tension. Just breathe. All right. I hope it helps. Let me know in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Hey, please like, subscribe, and thanks for your understanding and patience as I took a little break. I'll see you soon. Namaste.